train, losers complain.
Well, it's day 3 of rookie camp, and this guy's always one of the first guys out here. Jordan Tucker. He's a big boy, but in general you always see the lineman, offensive lineman, the first guys out here warming up. That tells you something, doesn't it? But today you got the pads on, so you're gonna hear some smashing. I think that's the only way you can really tell who's who in these things. And they get those pads on and have to simulate an actual game situation. Even some of them, I don't know if you can tell, they can't zoom in very good. And a lot of linemen have got the knee braces on. There's just a couple of the defensive guys out there and the kicker out there practicing. But I like getting here early to see who the early worms. Here we go. Here's a few more defensive guys coming out. They look a little bit huger with those shoulder pads on, that's for sure. I'm going to have to narrate these videos. I hope you all don't mind. But YouTube, they put a copyright strike on my videos, and because of that rap music they're playing all the time, that stuff drives me crazy after a while. It's like torture in the prison. But here's the O-line and the defensive line going at it. And Mr. O'Day over there, he stands there watching pretty closely. He knows that these are the boys that are the bread and butter and might keep his job for another season. And I agree with him. The offense and defensive line are your heartbeat of the football club. How you control the line of scrimmage in a game is how the game goes. But here they're practicing both rush protection, rushing, blocking, and pass protection. They rotate back and forth, and it just pretty fast action where they just keep exchanging different players, and then the coaches, they're always giving advice on what they saw and what they did properly and what they could improve on. I didn't like the idea of number 65. He wasn't participating in any of these drills. I hope he's okay, because he was one of my odds-on favorite to be a starting left tackle for the Saskatchewan Roughriders this season. But I've been wrong before, but hope he's okay, that's for sure. This goes on pretty steady, and a lot of good clashes. I wish you could hear it, because I could barely hear it over the music. Here they're going doing the 12-on-12 drills. It was mostly concentrating on the rush game. They did the odd pass in there, and it was mostly the backup quarterbacks. I didn't think this was very well done today. There seemed to be a lot of illegal procedures. I think a lot of times there have been penalties. During the main camp, you'll see them going both ways, and it's one of the most exciting times of the camps. You get to see them throw the long bombs, and that's why they use the end zone cameras here, and they can really tell where the holes are developing, who pushed out who, and who's covering who. That's why that end zone seats aren't a bad place to sit during a game. Here's the man of the hour, Harris. I really hope he can be our man, that's for sure. Did a bit more. There's one of my subscribers' sons. He lives down in Florida. 00. There's old Rosie. He does offensive coordinator stuff. Here the defensive linemen are bashing this apparatus. And let me tell you, this apparatus is not light. And they just make it look like a little toy. Here's more of the defensive backs. And then I went right back down to another session of the defensive lineman against the offensive lineman. And this got really intense. and a lot of banging and a lot of grunting and groaning, let me tell you. That's one of my favorite guys, Brian Cox Jr. He's got some speed and he seems to have a lot of power. I think you'll see him make the team, but I've been wrong before. There's 68. He's one of the newest signing from offensive line. But O'Day, like I said, he's standing right close all the time. And I hope that number 65 here, that he can recover and you'll see him more in the main camp. And there's the O line. First on the field, last off the field.